Hello, YouTubies or YouTubers or however you like to be referred to. Just wanted to give you a heads up on what's going on with the podcast at this point, what's going on with this channel in particular. A lot of things are going on right now. The first being, I actually just released on my Patreon channel a video which is going to be the start of a new series for me that's exclusive for Patreon subscribers. And literally all you have to do is give me $1 a month and you're subscribed. That's all I'm asking, $1. And you get access to all the exclusive content that is eventually going to be up on Patreon. I know I've been promising for a very long time, but it is actually starting to get some motion behind it. And what this new series is going to be about is about 15 minutes each video is going to be me talking about some lesser known Irish deities. So far I've got a couple goddesses down. I'll be looking into finding more gods to talk about and just telling a couple of their stories and giving you a little bit more background of who they are and also resources to find out more. The first goddess that I actually put up there a couple weeks back was a goddess that we work with quite regularly in our grove down here in Santa Clara. And this goddess's name is Anya. And we usually work with her during the midsummer. She's very much about prosperity and sovereignty, and most of her stories are connected with kings and kingship. Not to give you too much more info that you can't, because I kind of want you to subscribe to the Patreon to actually find out more information on this particular goddess, because she's the first one that I was talking about, and she's got a fairly interesting story, especially in today's climate, especially in the US, concerning sovereignty and kingship and those in leadership. But anyway, that's what that particular series on Patreon is going to be about. I'll also be starting to post more videos on here concerning the podcast, updates, things of that nature, keeping up to date. I'm terrible about it on Patreon. It's just one more website to actually just update, and it's always been a little difficult to update anyway. But I'll do my best. I'll do my best in the future to do a little bit better than I've been in the past. But another thing that's coming up is the actual podcast episode for Lunasaw is coming out next week. Just want to give you a heads up that's going to be coming up. It is going to be available on many streaming services, but if you want to go to my main streaming service, which is Anchor, and it's spelled like just you would spell an Anchor, I'll probably put a link in the description to the website. But if you want to go to the original streaming service that it is coming from before it aggregates to other places, there's actually an option there where you can tip the podcast, and there's also an option to leave audio messages that can then be played on the podcast if I so choose. So 2 options for you to give me some feedback and get on the podcast without me doing too much more work than I'm already doing. Let's not hang around the kitchen too much, because that's kind of a disaster area at this point. But yes, kind of wanted to give you guys an update. And another thing about update about YouTube in particular is anyone who listens to the podcast knows that I do a lot of recipes on the podcast, and I've been meaning to, and this is going to be implemented in the next few weeks, maybe up to a month from now. I'm actually going to be doing video of me actually preparing some of those recipes. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and it's going to be available soon on YouTube. It might even be going on Patreon, but who knows at this point. Another really big thing is that I will be recording myself as I'm recording the podcast as well, and putting it up on Patreon as well. And once again, it's just $1 a month or $1 project, however you want to do it, just to get the ball rolling. So you'll be seeing me jibber jabber a lot and make tons of mistakes and just see how the recording process actually goes. You've got a fairly close idea if you've seen the podcast in any form, but this will just give you a little bit more. Okay, so I think those are the updates I wanted to give you guys. I'm going to be trying to do this either Monday or Tuesday every week. Like do a short little video. It's like 5.5 minutes long. I love having timers on these things because I can always get away from myself whenever I'm doing anything. Oh, and I made myself a new hat. This is all knitted by me with all leftover yarn. It took me like 5-6 hours to actually make it and get it all put together and make it all finished. And I love it. It's absolutely adorable. It fits me far better than my other hats, or fits my personality, and it makes my partner laugh his head off because it looks like an ice cream cone. Just saying. It's like the brown melts into the green kind of minty flavored ice cream, which totally fits me because I love mint chip ice cream. But anyway, wanted to show you guys that and let you know that I've made that because I'm excited about it because I just made it. But yeah, that should be all that's being updated right now. See you next week for the next weekly update, which I will be making an effort to actually get done. If you know me at all, I have an issue with schedules and things, but this time I actually do mean it. Check me out next Wednesday. Wednesday probably is the latest it's going to be coming out. So talk to you guys later. Please subscribe to Patreon. This is kind of how I keep afloat. Subscribe on Patreon for exclusive content, help keep the podcast running. Subscribe on Anchor, throw tips my way, and all that jazz. And thank you guys for listening. And there are 4 subscribers on this thing, so you 4 people, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel as well. Tell your friends that I'm actually going to be doing something with this channel eventually. Thank you guys for listening, thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you. Alright, talk to you guys later, see you soon, and have a great day, and may you always pray with a good fire.